I'm excited to share with you today a very simple but effective way to strengthen your lower back and your core. And it's an exercise you may know already, but may have overlooked. It's a simple squat. So I want to talk you through how this exercise can help us really develop a lot more stability and balance in our lower back. Oftentimes when we bend over to grab anything, we bend from these lower spine vertebrae. And that places a lot of strain and stress on these vertebrae and the discs and the nerves and all of the musculature around them. They're really built to support the rest of our trunk, but not so much built for this bending and pulling or lifting things to come up. What is built for that are these great hip sockets. And a lot of times we don't have enough mobility and differentiate the thigh bone from the pelvic bone. So all this gets kind of stuck in here and we end up moving more from our lower back as opposed to trying to bend at the hip joint. So it's a very important thing to help the structures of the whole torso, the lumbar spine back here, the pelvis, and the legs to be able to work in harmony so that we don't have that lower back pain. So I want to talk you through kind of a beginner version of this, and then I'll add in more challenging and advanced versions as we go. So the very beginning is to start with your feet right underneath your hips. Knees are soft. And think about your tailbone, which is the very end of your spine, almost like you have a little puppy dog tail. And we're going to think about that tail reaching back as our pelvis reaches back as you bend your knees. And you want to have a lot of bend here, a lot of softness at the hips, and imagine that your pelvis and your spine are one long line. The difference is this kind of tucking. So we don't want that tucking of the tail. We want those tail feathers to reach out and feel the strength of your core drawing in as you bend. So just start with a few of those, finding that deep crease of the hips, the tail reaching back, the chest and the eyes are lifted as you bend and straighten. You might also check your knees are going right over that first and second toes so that your knees have a clear pathway in alignment with the rest of the bones. So if that feels easy to you, then let's add a little bit of arms with it. So we can bring the arms up as you lower and bring the arms down. You could widen the arms out to the sides. So now we're getting the core, meaning from your shoulders to your hips, really activated. And making sure that as you do that squat, maybe you feel like you have a wide, tight belt on. So you're kind of drawing the navel towards the spine. And again, instead of leaning over, we're sending the tail feathers back and the sternum forward a bit so that you're imagining sitting right down in that seat here. So after a little while, you might get a little fatigued, but if you want a little bit more challenge, you can start to go a little bit lower in your squat. So that's one version, is to go a little bit lower and keep that up. Another version might be to change your feet and bring your toes slightly out to the sides and your feet a little wider than your hips. And the same thing, bending, finding that crease of the hips with your legs in that kind of externally rotated position. And for this one too, notice how far you can go. Maybe at the bottom you squeeze in the lower belly a little bit more. Try this, stay there and push into the heels and then begin to stand up. So you're really getting the whole musculature of the legs and that alignment of the feet, knees, and hips as you come up and down. Now, if you want a really good challenge, you can find that nice squat, arms up or to the sides or even back behind you, and take a little pulse here. So now we're really feeling that end range, working the muscles around the knees, feeling those abdominals really drawing in, feeling the strength of your lower body. Find a couple of those and then stand up. One more add-on for those who want a really extra challenge is to separate your feet My back heel is off of the floor. My front foot is right in line with my knee and hip. And I'm gonna do another squat here. This time, instead of sticking my tail feathers back, I'm going straight down and getting that crease in the front leg. So now I'm working the muscles slightly different way, but still feeling that deep core strength. And at the same time, developing those small muscles around my back and my lower abdominals to help keep me supported. As you can see, just that little bit creates a little bit of cardio in my body as well, getting my heart rate pumping. So many benefits of that tiny little squat. Remember, if it feels too challenging, start very small, and gradually you'll find that you can sit deeper and deeper and deeper. This is a great exercise for any age. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for joining me today.